Stay alert. Monsters lurk underground. They're everywhere.
Ugh, I'll miss the carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure.
Come closer, troubled soul. Let me tell you.
You're some kind...
Yes, my dear, yes.
Really?
Not so fast, newcomer.
Alright, how much?
Your money has no value here, newcomer. And I'll make it easier for you.
Let's hear what my future holds.
Good. The sea will be generous in the coming days. Many gifts.
I don't think I fall.
I see old and new. A hard heart against an iron will. Whoever wins. And tall pillars, circled by the dead. A race.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
You are welcome. I can't wait to see what you do. Embrace your fate.
Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you...
I've seen some unsettling creatures around.
So you met a wild beast, newcomer. No one knows they arrived in the flood. Some say they come from the sea.
And
if it bleeds, you can kill it. Keep your gun handy. And if you want to erase the memory, remember, better to be a coward and live than brave and...
I'm looking for a man by the name of Lewis Flynn.
Yeah, even if I knew.
Robert Throgmorton hired me to investigate his son's disappearance. I found the note about your debt, and it looks like Lewis murdered Robert's kid. You want him to come?
What?
Don't what me. At best, you're harboring a criminal. At worst, you're an
What?
Tell that to Mr. Throg.
No. No.
Smart man. There's your good deed for... Bye.
You want a drink?
What the? Get the... Oh. Hey, who are you? What are you doing?
Charles Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son Albert, so...
Throg. That darn bartender.
Calm down. I only want to speak, for now. But no, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor fast.
I got nothing to hide.
What kind of...
Oh, so you're here to attack me just because I look different to you? Wanna spit on...
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to ask. I've just...
Innsmouthers' bodies were blessed by the sea. You're gonna see a lot of us here, so you better get...
Start at the beginning.
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to... If he'd listened to me, we'd all still...
Come on, Luke.
Right. Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton... But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started...
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances.
Well, I can't remember it. When he woke, and me covered in blood, I had no idea what happened, though.
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons.
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine.
And so?
We had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high cap, always conspiring behind our backs. Always setting people against...
You mentioned a grand family.
So you're a newcomer?
Yeah, a newcomer with a gun.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld. The Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess.
Right. Those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect.
The things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head. One might...
I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
I think I've got all I need.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to... Have mercy, please. I have a family.
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Perhaps I can offer something to grease your grinds. I still have a few bullets on me.
You think you're the first person to offer me a bribe?
Please, Mr. Reed.
Now, don't try my patience further, Mr. Flynn.
Please, I told you the truth, I swear. Please, I told you the truth, I swear. Please, I told you the truth, I swear.
You want a drink?
Don't do anything stupid, newcomer. And keep your hands where I can see them.
Mr. Throgmorton, I've encountered something,
What? I don't...
some unusual creatures.
You've seen a wild beast, Mr. Reed. I'm somewhat surprised to see you still... I've commissioned a few studies on them, but we know little more than when we started. They're aggressive.
Yeah, I learned that for...
Try to avoid them when possible. And when you can't, keep your...
Mr. Throgmorton.
No.
Yeah, I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry.
No.
I've tracked down your son's...
Where?
I tracked the murderer down, but he was attacked by those... things. There was that Innsmouther fisherman, Lewis. He was covered in your son's blood.
Are you certain the body...
Beyond any doubt. All that's left of him is a heap of flesh and this scrap of cloth.
Alas, this was my revenge to exact. Still, justice has been served. This isn't closure, but at least I know now.
Mr. Throgmorton, I hate to press...
Yes, you've earned it. Okay, to think a newcomer barely off the boat, but I digress. Remind me.
I think I'm going mad, Mr. Throg. I was drawn here, or guided, or I don't know.
You're not wrong, Mr. Reed. An inexplicable hysteria. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity.
Do these cases of hysteria...
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition...
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture. A sleeping giant. Drowned street.
Her words exactly. She proposed the expedition.
A geological expedition.
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so...
Is your expedition found?
I do not know. Albert was part of it.
You think your son was killed because the expedition...
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert, the only...
It does.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect...
If I'm going to look into this...
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters.
That's all you can...
Let me be clear, Reed.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throgmorton. I just...
I am a busy man. I funded the research, but left all preparations to Professor... When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
What about my
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some comp. I'll also include a fair advance in...
bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. I gave you clear instructions, did I not?
I've said everything I know.
Don't do anything stupid, newcomer. And keep your hands where I can see.
You look familiar, but old Billy hasn't seen you around.
Don't do that again.
You want a drink?
The door won't budge.
Stay alert. Monsters lurk underground.
Crew of the Cyclops. Semper Fortis, brothers. Never again, they say. how much of this I chug down, the visions always return. Makes this place feel more like home. I miss Boston already. door won't budge.
Finally, you're awake. Gotta tell you, though.
Sorry, but
You bang your head or something? I'm Victor O.
noise?
I expect my guests to be respectable.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah? Well, next time it happens.
You're not exactly friendly with your guests. Aren't we the one?
All these newcomers after the flood, they're
What do you mean?
You can't imagine the crazy notes and books I find after they move out. Only thing they're...
Can I have a look?
I knew it. I tell you, no one sane would be interested. And you... I'm watching you, newcomer. I'm watching you, newcomer.
Hey, knock it off! Tay Almighty will punish the wretched by sending terrors unnamed creep from the abyss below. So